Welcome, you dirty bastards. So after 3 bars closing, I just had to make this video. So let me get this straight. After 3 bars closing, closed down 2 of them, myself, you guys think you guys are ready to all run Berserker just because of a melee buff? Well, let me show you something, alright? Here's me trying to get my rage ready. Last league, or this league, depending on when you watch this. Yeah, not working. You wanna know why? Because there's temporal chains on the map! Yeah, not very funny. So here we have my Berserker glacial hammer build. Alright, so this is not completely finished. This is not going to be in-game. This is going to be enough to kill every boss in the game except for maybe some of the Ubers. Now, first thing we're going to do is come over to configuration, and I'm going to show you that I am on Guardian Pinnacle bosses, and I'm doing 9 million DPS. That's not Ubers. Ubers is going to be 2.7. Guardian Pinnacle, so this is going to be your regular Maven, your regular Sirius the Awakener. You're going to be doing 9 million. For map bosses, you're doing 9.6. The reason why the damages aren't too different is because this node right here, hits have a 25% chance to treat enemy resilience as inverted. So in other words, if they have 1,000% resistance, every 1 in every 4 hits is going to do minus 1,000%. This means that we no longer have to chase negative resistance. We no longer have to come up to this node and try to get penetration. Because this is going to negate half of all penetration that's needed. It's not penetrating all of it, but it's penetrating enough. You'll notice that when you're attacking shit, that there'll be little chunks, and then BAM! A big fucker. It'll just absolutely slap the boss in the face, and it's dead. Right? It's going to do like all of its life in one hit because a relentless strike and a multi-strike lined up with this 25% chance, and it'll just delete the boss. And with how fast you're attacking, you'll be attacking, right here, I've got 10 attacks per second. Once you're near min-max, that'll be faster. That'll get up to, 14 a second. But for right now, 10 per second, that's more than enough that you need to know that within a second or two, one of those hits will line up and absolutely delete the boss. So, now I wanted to talk about how to actually start leveling this, because that's going to be the hardest thing, and I think everybody this league, more than ever, is willing to just start a Berserker, start a Marauder, start a Berserker. They've never played a melee in their life, or they've never successfully played a melee in their life. How do you do it? Well, this league is the easiest ever. So you're going to get your life, you're going to get your big life, and then you're going to go straight after your mana reduction. So this is going to reduce the cost of attacks. That's going to reduce the cost of attacks. That's going to reduce the cost of attacks. Once you have this, you probably won't even need a mana flask no more. But this is going to be like level 20-ish. You're no longer going to need a mana flask. It's going to speed up everything. After that, you want to get your rage built up. So you're going to want to grab your +3, then your +2 on hits. You're already going to have this stuff. You're going to go after your attack speed with the maximum rage. And then you're going to go after your 10 rage with your rage on a hit. This is going to allow you to cap your rage extremely fast. Like as soon as you get to a pack, before that pack's dead, you're already capped on rage. It'll be so fast, and you're leap slamming everywhere really fast. It's going to feel great. Early on, as soon as you can get faster attacks on your leap slam, you're going to want to put it on your leap slam, but you don't want to level it right away, because leveling your leap slam is going to require how much dexterity you have, we're not going to have a lot of dexterity early on. So keep it at low level, and as you get dex, increase it. This node right here, because everything we're attacking is going to be within close range, there's going to be nothing you attack is going to be past close range. So therefore, this by itself, almost by itself, caps you. You just need a little accuracy on your rings, maybe your gloves or helmet, but this by itself is like 90% of all accuracy that you need. After you've got your accuracy taken care of, you've got your mana situation taken care of, you're going to hurry the hell up here, and you're going to get all your staff nodes. Before you even head up here, you need to make sure that whatever weapons that you're trying to roll are staffs, particularly war staffs. War staffs are good, and these are the best nodes in the game for two-handed weapons. These things are absolutely insane. So you're going to get these. This is going to give you endurance charges. It's going to give you power charges. After that, you get your life leech, and then you just fill in the rest of this leading up to end game. And there's a lot here. At end game, you don't need this stuff, and you can see here I still have a 0 mana cost. And we're going to go through my gear real fast. Important to know. So my rings do not have minus the mana cost. My amulet does. Basically, my amulet is only Dex and Intel, and then minus mana cost. That's the only important stats on this amulet. So these are, once you can get minus mana cost on your rings and your amulet, you can possibly even drop this, and now you're only taking this, and if you can get it good enough, you only need these two left sides. That'll save you a lot of points in the end game, and you can start thinking about getting more reservation. You can get more life. You can do a lot of things with it. This Berserker build used to make sure to come up and get these. It's no longer necessary. I would avoid these at all costs. That's a waste of energy now. You want to put any extra points rather than going up that far into more endurance charges, jewel slots, all that. We've got this. You can put Thread of Hopes and get +2. You can get versatility. You can get this. Not that one. Sorry. You can get right here. That's 300 armor while if you've blocked recently, which at 55% block, if you're jumping into packs, you're always going to be recently blocked. So that's just a free 300 armor. That's pretty gosh darn good. It looks like a waste, but it's really not. It's really not a waste. It's a good node. You can also make this a very large instead of a massive, and you'll be able to get more attack leech, which is helpful, believe it or not. And then also some more regeneration, which does make you feel a bit more tankier. But honestly, now that they've reduced how many rage you're going to have, because I used to run like 80 to 90 rage, and now you're going to be running 50 to max 60 rage. This node right here, along with the stuff that you're just automatically going to get, Warrior's Blood, and then Master of the Arena, along with this one, that's all the regen that you need. You're going to fill your regen. Your regen's going to be fine, even when your rage is ticking down on you. So you don't need to worry about that nearly as much as you used to. So mind you, I feel like because there's a lot less degen happening on you, and we're getting more damage, a little bit less attack speed out of these two nodes here. That this is both a nerf and a buff. And it was already incredibly strong. The issue always is large hits. And you can get all the armor that you want, but large hits are always going to kill a Berserker. Well, now that endurance charges have been buffed, that's no longer the case. And since we're doing staffs, we're always going to be full endurance charges. So if you can get 5 endurance charges, you're golden. You're not going to get one tapped anymore, or at least you shouldn't. Not until you're doing Uber bosses. They also nerfed instead of 50% less hit on Nemesis mods, it's now going to be crushed, which is 15%, which is a massive nerf to Nemesis against our armor-based characters. Armor is the way to go. Determination, honestly, isn't needed, but I feel like it's needed. Like, I'm gonna play around with it. You guys need to play around with it. Get a feel for it and decide for yourselves. Do you need determination? But I feel like eventually I'm going to be dropping determination, especially with the flesh and sand aura, which is going to be fucking. That's another 20% on top of your 26% reduction from fortification. You throw flesh and sand in there, and now you're at 56% less damage taken from melee, and now you're only worrying about ranged. And really, the only time you need to worry about ranged is if you're trying to farm Eater of Worlds. So if you're doing Searing Exarch, we've got a lot of fire resist. We've got lots of armor. And we've got Taste of Hate, which is converting fire into cold, and cold is our highest. So, GG to Searing Exarch. I still don't think this is going to be a good Eater of Worlds farmer, because without spell suppression, honestly, I feel like you should never be eating or farming Searing Exarch without spell suppression. But as far as Searing is concerned, spell suppression is very overrated. I mean, fucking sue me. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Everybody thinks that spell suppression is the greatest thing in the world, but you're still taking damage. That doesn't make any fucking sense. The greatest thing in the world is block, because if you block, you take 0 damage. Get the fuck out of my face. I don't want to fucking hear it. 50% less damage from any source is not a good amount. I want less than that. So, spell suppression can suck my balls. I don't want it. I don't need it. Unless you're going to farm Eater Worlds, because those spells on those Eater World mobs are fast as shit. And also, Synthesis. Synthesis has really fast spells. Honestly, suppression would help there as well. But as far as I like farming for Maven, and if my character isn't able to just absolutely 100% delete Mavens, then I sell those encounters. And so either way, good currency. And this is a great tier 16 mapper. Is it going to be able to delete tier 17s? I don't know. We haven't seen tier 17s. Last league, no. But now we've got the massive buff, and they should have nerfed tier 17s. This might be a really good farmer. The thing is this is one of the fastest mappers in the game. Nothing. Once you have even a single hit of rage, because you're getting like 8 rage per hit, and you're hitting up to 20 things per hit. So essentially, almost every hit, you're max rage. You will be one of the fastest farmers in the game, without a doubt. I mean, there's almost no other character that can keep up with the Berserker. And now with endurance charges and the changes to basically just endurance charges just changed the game for us big time. We used to just be like glass cannons, Endurance charges change the games. Get your 5 endurance charges. If you need, you can get the 6th endurance charge over here with an anointment, or you can pay for it. I wouldn't pay for it. That's an endurance charge. You get the fuck out. And that may be, I like farming blight. I will definitely be going after the amulet and trying to put that endurance charge on the amulet and then volleying it and seeing if I can get something worthwhile, something with life. Anything with life and maybe some stats would be phenomenal. So you can see, like, that's an actual game plan for a Berserker right now. Is to get that 6th endurance charge with a bunch of stats, maybe some crit anointments to go along with it, and maybe even the rage anointment to go along with that. And you're sitting pretty. You're sitting absolutely pretty. So this is my glacial hammer Berserker. I've played this almost every league since 3.12. It hasn't been my starter for most of those leagues, because starting a Berserker until now has been absolutely retarded. But now, I'm definitely starting a Berserker, because this is going to be the greatest Berserker since like 3.14, before all the buffs and Arch Nemesis and the reduction of all the damage, and before JGG was all like, fuck the players, I hope you all die. And then we all died, and we got mad, and they were like, well, you're going to deal with it, and then we dealt with it. Yeah, that got depressing really fast. Anyways, I fucking love this new patch. This is going to be the greatest patch of all time. Glory be Chris Wilson. Glory be Mark. Dude, since Mark came into our lives, oh, I've never felt so hopeful for the future of PoE in my life, dude. Glory to Mark. Glory to Mark. Chris Wilson, maybe he was the dude that was holding us back the whole time. I don't know if that's true, but it sure feels that way right now, boys. All right, have a good time, guys. Enjoy the league lunch. I'll be here and there. See you guys later. Bye.